morning, everyone. Well, in our last piece, I brought up God and how he was an overarching part of my life. So even when my mind was far, far away from him as possible, I was taking drugs, trying to get sex, not really listening to much of anyone else. But at that same time, I've really had God talking to me. And I've heard that God described as the hound of heaven, always pursuing. And honestly, I have to say, it gives me kind of a scary thought. I think of a hound always snarling and growling, and it's like, well, I don't know. I know what they're trying to say is God's not going to give up on us and let us wither, but on the other hand, fangs hanging out in rabid pursuit, that doesn't appeal to me too much either. Now, maybe it might be better said that God pursues us very much like a beautiful song. The melody and the words are in your heart and head, but not enough to be annoying, but then it's there when you need something to bring comfort, joy. And God is there at all times to let you know he is coming there and not wasting all your time. So today's song inspiration comes from long before official videos and actually even before music television itself, going way back to 1978. This new wave band brought with it a new style, but spoke loudly with the words, which we love to hear. The song never quite made it to the top of the charts, topping out at number 27, though. The album cover featured the beautiful Natalia Georgievna Medvedeva. Yeah, let's face it, they were just what we needed, the Cars. I have found that God really truly wants to be with us all of the time. Just like any of our friends, but really our bestest of friends. Someone we can talk over things with, mull over problems, and talk us out of some really dumb things like hurting that neighbor at 6 a.m. mowing. Well, on our side too, we are drawn to God, innately. Down deep, we know that while mom, dad, and their true giving of each other had a large part to play in the matter, God gave us life as well. He's indeed our creator, since he is love itself and being itself. We can easily forget as well that God, in his infinite love, gave us our parents, godparents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and going back all the way to the very beginning. Each of those people make us a great part of us. But our souls, our entirety of life, that came from God, and we really don't want to throw any of that away. It's like when we hear that perfect song or see that perfect painting that really just hits us deep in the gut. We utter in our minds, ah yes, that is just what I needed. That joy we feel when we are close to our deepest love, which truly is God. There's a segment in the Gospel of Matthew, in chapter 8 actually, where the disciple says that he wants to follow, but had to go bury his father. Jesus told him, follow me and let the dead bury the dead. Now we hear this in the abstract and it can be very shocking. We are so used to having our own plans and our days being all set up, meticulously planned either by us or by some person that's going to help us. And any real interruption to that plan is difficult and shakes us up a bit. In reality, though, Jesus is truly saying God is to be number one in our lives. I may have a plan to take a bunch of friends to a ball game this weekend, but if God calls me and says, I need you to get some food and water to a homeless man walking the streets of St. Charles, I should attend to God's calling first. My calling is not to put off finding that man until the game is over and I have nothing better else to do. This then, of course, leads to the question, okay, what if I don't find that man and go to the game anyway? Am I going to be punished? First off, I'm not going to try and speak for God, but I am not sure the two things are necessarily connected. He's going to be pleased that you found and fed the man, and he's going to be pleased that you went out and had fun with your friends. Both of these scenarios are good. But where is the true love most lived out? What was the thing which God asked you and put as a priority? And did we follow, and what was the attitude in which we did it? I think it's that last point, our attitude and our feelings, that really truly reflects our actions and even more, our relations we want to have toward God. Well, those words can really be a gut shot, can it? So which is better, the Mona Lisa by Da Vinci or the creation of man by Michelangelo? These are two beautiful works of art, and like anything which each of us do, God loves them much more than we can even imagine. This is how God pursues us, with true love and compassion. We hear that echo in our hearts, minds, and souls. We truly think to ourselves, worshiping our Creator and saying, thank you. That is just what I needed. Now, this reflection is based upon the song by Rick Ocasek from the Cars, Just What I Needed, from the Cars album put out by Elektra in 1978. You want to listen to the song? They did make a video of it eventually, right up here. See you then.